So mortgage rates, let's just say they didn't really move at all today. Okay, so we have an interesting week that I want to kind of go through with you guys, kind of leading up to where we're going to get tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a lot of sales reports on housing, and we're going to get there in a second. But I want you guys to understand, this week we had a lot of information that came in that actually calmed the markets, I'll put it that way, because we had consumer inflation coming out. We had producer inflation coming out. We had productivity coming out. We had a lot of things. Even the jobs report came out, and they all came out pretty good. I'm going to recast what our economic calendar looked like so far this week, because if you're watching this video, you're most likely looking to buy or refinance and trying to figure out what in the heck's going on with those things over there. So let's get to today's video. So here's what we saw in the bond market today. It was, let's just say it was flat as a pancake. It's plus 0.6, and that's how we got the little revision in mortgage rates right there. But here's what the economic calendar looks like, and this is kind of a head scratcher. When you go through the week, now we really didn't have mortgage rates move much at all this week. I'll show you that bond here in a second. But let's just recap what we've seen so far this week, and it helps to understand this. At the beginning of the week, we had inflation on the consumer side, and it actually came in pretty good. Every indice went up just a little bit from where it was, but they were all on point. 5 out of 6 were on point of what economists were expecting, or lower. There was only one number that came out above expectations, and it was right through here, and that's what made the headlines. Then on Wednesday, we got producer inflation. That's another reading. Look through here. 0. There is no producer inflation out there just yet. So when are the tariffs going to hit? Well, it could hit sometime soon, but that's also not rolling over to the jobs market and everything else that everybody thought it would be. Because we go down to the jobs market that we got today, we had right through here, continued jobless claims. Well, it's staying sticky right at 1.9 million. And then if you go down to initial jobless claims, those aren't falling off a cliff either. We had 228,000 people filing unemployment claims last week. This week, we thought it was going to be at 233. It came in at 221. Not a bad number. So if you look at these numbers through here, we also have inventory and a bunch of other things. I'm going to go over, let's take it over to Rick Santelli over at the CNB Stock Exchange. I'm going to let him come in with a report. He's actually going to talk about business inventory, kind of putting all this together for you. And then we're also going to get a real estate review on here as well with Diane Olick. So let's get over to CNBC. Let's let them take it away. They're going to give you some inventory and business reporting that we had today, and Diane Olick with some real estate news. When we come back, I'm going to show you the real estate news that's coming in tomorrow that we'll be paying attention to, and how that might affect these things over through here. So let's get over to it, folks.
Back to Rick Santelli. Morning, Rick.